Good day everyone, I am Aliana May Via Zarcon, your instructor in this video. Today we're going to discuss about the timeline history of sports psychology. Are you confused about the timeline history of sports psychology? This video might help you. The video contains the timeline history of sports psychology, starting from period 1 up to period 6. This video does not contain detailed happenings in those periods, but I can assure you that this would help you enlighten about the happenings during those eras. Without further ado, let's start this video. What is sports psychology? Sports psychology is a proficiency that uses psychological knowledge and skills to address optimal performance and well-being of athletes, developmental and social aspects of sports participation, and systemic issues associated with sports settings and organizations. Sports psychology acknowledges the major impact of emotional and psychological factors can have on athletes competing in sports. In period 1, the early years. In 1898, the first study into the social psychology of sport is published by Norman Triplett. He examined the social facilitation effect in his experiment. Also, in the year 1908, Stanley Hope promotes physical education for the benefit of mental and moral culture. In one of his biggest and most significant books, Hall effectively articulates his theory that mental development develops via evolutionary stages. In period 2, the Griffith era, the year 1925, the first sports psychology laboratory in North America is founded by Coleman Griffith. The Research in Athletics Laboratory, a sports psychology research facility at the University of Illinois, was founded. It was created to research athletic performance from psychological angle. In 1936, The Psychology of Social Norms is a publication by Muzaffar Sherif. He influenced both realistic conflict theory and social judgment theory. Sherif, a pioneer of contemporary social psychology, created a number of original and effective methods for comprehending social dynamics, particularly social conflicts and norms. Now, let's proceed in period 3. Preparation for future. Hawthorne effect discovered. 1951 at Western's Electric Hawthorne Works in Chicago, Illinois. 1951 Henry A. Landsberg finds that the participants in these studies altered their behavior and frequently improved output or success when being observed. The idea that there was a positive emotional effect due to the perception of a sympathetic or interested observer was first put forth in this statement. In period 4, establishment of academic sports psychology. International Journal of Sports Psychology begins publication. In 1970, this journal publishes articles on the human movement sciences from all over the world, with a focus on motor learning and control, cognition, health and exercise, social psychology, and intervention. It has grown to be a highly regarded source of information for psychologists. Period 5, Multidisciplinary Science and Practice in Sports and Exercise Psychology. In 1978, Carol Oglesby writes Women in Sports from Myth to Reality. This book explores the beginnings of women in athletics and their future prospects. There are many misconceptions and realities about female sports in Oglesby's book. The book makes readers reflect, accept, question, or revise their perceptions of women's sport. And for the last period, we have period 6, Contemporary Sport and Exercise Psychology. Contemporary sports psychology is a well-established field of study. Over 700 attendees from 70 different nations attended the 2009 World Congress of Sports Psychology in Morocco, demonstrating the field's popularity. With hundreds of research projects being undertaken annually, several colleges now offer specialties at the graduate level. And that would be the end of my discussion. I hope you learned something about the timeline history of sports psychology. Thank you and God bless.